Where are my scamming ass niggas at? Spend that money that spend that shit, yeah. Spend that shit. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. But baby, if you are not new to the channel, then you guys already know that we have a story time. Know for a given fact that you guys did not think that I wasn't gonna give y'all a story time this month. I have like 3 story times just waiting. Like reload the clip. Like y'all definitely need to understand that I'm not coming to play this summer. So this is another dating story time. It's the story time about the cheap date from hell. And I'm going to have to give him a name. What are we going to call him? We're going to call him Yusuf. We're going to call him Yusuf. Yeah, that's the perfect name. We're going to call him Yusuf. Honestly speaking, this story time is what made me really be like, I'm kind of like over dating at this point. And I just kind of felt like I'm over it. Like I'm over dating. Is getting out of hand. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. So this story time took place in the summertime, and I was at an event with one of my friends. As a matter of fact, it was like a three-day event because Rema was coming into town. So Rema had his concert one of the days, and then they kept having events after, like, you know, the after party and different things like that. Now, me and my friends, we didn't go to the Rema concert because we have already been to the Rema concert before. We went to the Rema concert a couple of years ago, or like 4 years ago. I don't really remember. But we already went to the Rema concert, and honestly speaking, we didn't care to go back. So, and don't get me wrong, Rema was lit. Just didn't care to go back. That's it. But we definitely wanted to hit up the after parties because we already knew everybody and their mama was going to be outside, whether they went to the concert or not. And that is exactly what happened. The first night we ended up going to this one event, and it was so many people there, but it wasn't as many people that was there because it was not an after party for Rema event. It was one event where these group of guys were hosting an event. So we ended up going there. It was cool. It was like a cool little vibe. And then my friend and me caught wind that they are going to be having an after party right after the Rema concert the next day, and that everybody was going to be at that same exact hall that the other guys that I told you guys about threw a party from. So I asked her, I'm like, do you want to go back again? Because I'm not gonna lie, me and my friend, we didn't really have fun because of the fact that, sorry y'all, my hair messy bun is getting a little too messy, but I'm sorry, y'all. I just hate when my messy bun doesn't do what I want it to do, but oh well. But yeah, me and my friend, we didn't really have as much fun at the first event. And then on top of that, well, let me tell y'all, it's not that we didn't have fun. So what happened was, guys that ended up renting out the venue for the night did not know that the venue was not going to give them, how can I describe it? Okay, so the venue has like a venue inside, and then it has a rooftop. It's not a rooftop, but it's like a bar outside. That is where they allowed them to host the event. So basically speaking, nobody was on the inside of that actual venue. And basically that venue only has speakers that work if the whole entire venue is working, if you get what I mean, because that is a venue, but I think it's like a restaurant or a lounge. I don't know. Something about the speakers outside didn't work. The DJ came and the music just was not loud enough. Like the music was just not loud. It was to the point where you had to go all the way up into the DJ area to hear the music. Like you could just hear it. Just sounded regular. Like you ever go to like a picnic or like a family event and the music is playing in the background? That's the vibe it was. It didn't give like party vibes or like club vibes. So we were over it. Like we were like, ugh, this night is boring. So when I found out about the next event, I asked my friend, I'm like, you want to go? She's like, where is it? I'm like, it's at this place. She's like, girl, I don't want to go. I don't have time to deal with that again. Da da da. But I told her, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure the people that are hosting the Rema after party are going to do way better than what's going on, because this is an actual big after party. Everybody and their mama's going to be there. We need to go. So my friend's like, all right, bet, let's go. So we end up pulling up. We pull up, and like I said, y'all, This shit was overly crowded. Like, when I say overly crowded, y'all, this shit was overly crowded. I'm telling y'all, the whole entire time, we did not have space to walk. I'm talking about we were packed in that bitch like sardines. Not only was it crowded on the outside, it was also crowded on the inside as well. It was crowded as hell on the inside as well. And I was just like, damn, like, this is like so many people is out here. Like, the block is hot. The niggas were outside. Now, the way this venue was set up, there were sections on the side of the wall, and then the middle was just nothing but the dance floor. So a lot of the ballers, shot callers, had sections. They was popping bottles left and right, and then the other people were just, walking up and down on the actual dance floor. But it was so freaking crowded, and even on the inside, they opened up the space on the inside. That place was crowded as hell too, y'all. Everybody was outside. It was to the point where you couldn't even really dance if you wanted to. It really turned into like, those events that turned into like a just walking around and just standing in one area and looking at each other type of vibe. It wasn't it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And my friend was looking at me like, I told you that I didn't want to come back to this venue. And I'm looking at her like, girl, I'm sorry. But even though the vibes were not there, we saw a lot of familiar faces. So the night was not a complete loss, because we were able to turn around and be like, oh, hey girl, hey boy. Like, we saw a lot of people that we knew. So even though y'all ever go out and the night is kind of mid, but you end up running into so many people, so it don't really be that mid. I don't know if you get what I mean. So guys are coming up to us. They're talking to us. They're asking, like, guys that we know. They're having conversations with us. Me and her, we're talking. We just chopping it up. We gossiping, the whole nine. And at this point, the venue is coming to a close. So they're getting on the microphone and, they say the usual, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. That's what they were saying. So we just like, walking around, just doing our own little thing. And out of nowhere, we end up running into a group of our guy friends, and we end up talking to them. So we chopping it up with them. We ended up not leaving because the guys that we were chopping it up with, they were the ones that was in charge of throwing the event the night before. So they were not really pressed on us to leave once they seen us with those group of guys, because they knew that those group of guys are like party promoters as well. So a lot of the whole, like damn near everybody at that time already cleared out. We were like the only last set of people in that venue, and we were just talking and chopping it up, and they wasn't really saying much to us because, like I said before, those boys were the party promoters the day before. So they were, if anything, coming up to the guys, like dabbing them up, like, hey, what's up? Like, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Da da da. Y'all had a good night? Like, So we end up leaving eventually. Now we outside, and I'm talking to my guy friend. I'm grilling him about something completely different. I felt a way about something he did, and I'm just letting him know, like, hey, I don't like how you did ABCD. Just politicking and talking with him, like nothing serious. I'm not mad or nothing. Out of nowhere, the other guy friend comes up to me and he's like, Irene, I got a friend for you. I'm like, who? And he's like, don't do that. I'm like, do what? And he's like, I already know how you give it up. I'm like, how do I give it up? He's like, I already know how you are. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, bruh, just come. I got a friend. I'm like, who? Like, you keep saying you got a friend for me. Baby, are you sure it's for me? Is it just for me? Or is it for you? Because I have no clue where this nigga at. Who? So he's like, come step to the side. Like, and I should have known, just the way he was acting, I should have known something was off with this whole interaction. But I was just like, okay, let me see what he got cooking up. And then he was trying to say that I always be doing weird stuff when it come to men, that I be having a hatred for men, which I do not hate men. I've said this so many times. I know a lot of people feel like I hate men. I don't hate men. I just hate their behavior. So he's like, basically telling me about this guy. He's like, don't worry. Now, let me tell y'all what he said before I continue this story time. He said he's to himself. He's quiet. He's not really out there. He's not an out nigga like that. I've been knowing that nigga for years. Mind you, at this time, I'm a little worried, y'all, because I have a history of being a cougar. if I do say so myself. And my friends always make fun of me and they always be like, girl, you're always dating young men, you're always dating kids, you are a cougar. And I was trying to step out of that era because the last guy that I was dealing with, my little avoidant that I'm about to start telling story times about soon in my membership, stay tuned for that. But my little avoidant that I was dealing with, he was way younger than me. Not way younger, but he was like I think 3 years young. Yeah, he was 3 years younger than me. And everybody kept saying, girl, like, all you do is date young guys. You need to figure something out, this and that. So when my guy friend told me about this guy, the only thing I wanted to know was two things. How does he look and how old is he? He told me that the boy is around the area right now, but he stepped off to do something. So he's going to come back. He's going to call him to come back to talk to me so I can see if I like him. And then he also told me that the boy was 32. I'm like, all right, I could dig that. That's, that's like what, 5 years older than me at that time? Yeah, that's 5 years older than me. I'm like, I could dig that. That is actually a good little distance because I'm always dating younger guys. And side note, for the people who are new to my channel, I'm always dating younger guys because that's all that talks. Those are the only people that talk to me is younger guys. Because me, if you guys don't know, I'm 29. Well, I'm 28, but I'm going to be 29 in September. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that I'm 24, or 25, or 22, or 23. A lot of people think I'm a kid. They think I'm young like them. So whatever a guy tries to talk to me, 9 times out of 10, he's always younger than me. So I just got to the point where I was just like, we ball. And it's actually crazy because my current boyfriend is younger than me. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I love it. Call me a cougar. Call me a cougar. I don't care. I love it. It's fun. It's fun. Messing with the young niggas is fun. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, so that's what happened. So I'm just waiting. I'm with my friend. I'm like, where this nigga at? Because I can see that my friend is ready to go. And as soon as I start asking, like, where this boy at? Like, where they at though? I see him coming from the corner. Now, let me give you guys a description to this boy. He's not that tall, but he's a little bit taller than me. One thing about me, I don't care about height. If you guys been watching me for a while, then y'all know I really don't give a damn about no damn height. He's a little bit taller than me. He is not chubby, but he is on the chunkier side. But he's one of those guys, y'all know those guys that are not fat, but they're not skinny either. Like they're kind of like a little bit of buff, but a little bit of chunky, like in the middle, those type of guys, that type of build. He had that type of build to him. He had dreads and he wasn't ugly. Like he was just there. Like honestly speaking, I just remember him just being there. Like nothing too crazy, nothing too bad, nothing too good. Just there, like just in the middle, just a regular face that I feel like everybody could look at and be like, oh yeah, he looked good. Like he wasn't ugly. So I came up to him. He's like, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, I'm not going to lie to you. I saw you yesterday. Now, this is him talking, y'all. He's like, I saw you yesterday at the other event, but I was too afraid to talk to you. I'm like, oh, I didn't see you because I did not see him, y'all. And he's like, yeah, me and my friends, I wanted to talk to you. My friend wanted to talk to your friends, but it was just too many of y'all and we chickened out. So we left it alone because it was like 5 of us that night. The second night, it was just me and my other friend that I came with the second night. But the first night, it was like 4 or 5 of us. So he's like, yeah, when it's too many girls, like, it's kind of fishy to come and talk to them because, you don't really want to get rejected in front of everyone. This is and that. He said, but when I see you here today with just you and your friend, I'm like, nah, I gotta talk to her. In my head, I'm like, you talking about me and my friend, but you still went and sent your guy friend to come and talk to me. And you talking about something that you happy that it's just me and my friend, but why couldn't you come and speak up to me if it was just me and my friend? And that's what I asked him, y'all. Don't think I didn't ask. And I'm like, so if it was just me and my friend, how come you couldn't come and talk to me if it was just me and my friend? Oh, because I'm not gonna lie, like I am very shy. I'm a shy guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first start talking to people, it takes me a while to like kind of warm up. And then I see you talking to my guy friend. I'm like, oh, that's your guy friend? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's my guy friend as well. He said, yeah, I seen you talking to him. And when I seen you talking to him, I had to ask him like, oh my God, who is that? And then he told me who you were and stuff. And then I said, could you please like bring her to me? Like I'm shy. He said, I don't know. You just got an intimidating intimidated type of personality to you or intimidated aura to you. He said, even right now that I'm talking to you, like I'm getting a little shy. And before he even said that, I could sense it on him. Like I could sense the shyness on him while he was talking to me. Like you could tell that he was trying to put up an act, but you can also tell that overall he was very shy talking to me. And I had to be like, bitch, I don't bite. I had to be like, baby, you could chillax. I don't bite. And he started laughing and stuff. And he was like, well, I really want to take you on a date. He said, I'm not the type of guy that's just going to be in your phone playing, texting you what you're doing every day. He said, if I get your number, I'm taking you on a date right away. And the reason why he said that is because he asked me for my number initially, and I was like, oh, you can have my Instagram. And he told me straight up, I want your number, because if I get your number, I'm taking you on a date right away. I'm not wasting no time. He said, I don't want your Instagram. He told me that he was a photographer. He said that he don't have time for he basically don't have time to like be playing, basically is what he said. So I just, against my better judgment, I gave him my number and we ended up texting. Oh. At this point, he's texting me and he's like, hey, and I'm okay. So y'all do know how he's a photographer. Me, I am a YouTuber, as you guys can see. Bro, I'm childish. I'm a YouTuber, as you guys can see. So I thought it was perfect. Y'all know me. Y'all know that I am very afraid to tell guys when I'm dating them that I do YouTube, because they get to acting weird. But because he was a videographer, I feel like I was a little bit more he was a videographer and a photographer. Because he was that, I was a little bit more comfortable telling him my career and this and that. And so when we were texting in the text messages the night of, he was like, hey, what do you do for a living? And no, y'all, he didn't even text me. When he said that he don't do that texting shit, he wasn't lying. He didn't text me. As soon as I got home, he called me. I got on the phone with him. He's like, what you do for a living? I'm like, I'm a content creator. He's like, oh shit, that's cool. He didn't even ask for my YouTube, or I think he did. And I think I gave it to, I don't remember. I don't think we even talked about that for more than 2 minutes. He was just like, yeah, then we talked about his career. And that next day that was coming up was a Sunday. And he's like, let's go on a little Sunday fun day. Y'all, when he said that, I'm like, oh my God. Period. I love a guy who could plan the date the very next day. I even love when a guy can plan the date the very first day. So I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what we doing? He's like, let's go wine tasting and then we'll go from there. Clock it. I'm liking that. Let's go wine tasting and then we'll go from there. Sounds like, where are my scamming ass niggas at? Spend that money spend that shit, yeah. Spend that shit. I like the sound of that. Cha-ching, cha-ching. So I'm like, period. You bitches weak. Is you serious? So I had to let him know, hey, just a heads up. I am vlogging this weekend, because I was vlogging that whole entire weekend, y'all. That was the Rema concert with so much shit going on. And I'm like, I'm letting you know I'm going to bring my camera, but I will not keep you in that frame. Just giving you a heads up. He's like, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. Period. Next morning, wakes up. He texts me. As soon as I wake up, he's like, hey, we still on for today? Meet me at such and such by such and such time. I'm like, yeah, what's up? I'm vlogging. You guys can see the vlog. Y'all got to go find it on my second channel. Y'all can see the vlog or whatnot. I'm vlogging, and we end up first stopping at the wine tasting. Now, the area that we stopped at was in a very predominantly white area. I did not even know that there were wine tasting places in Houston. And y'all, it was a little off. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of the people that were in there were of this complexion, and they were just staring at us. And y'all, we were in a white area. And when I was showing the place, don't get me wrong, the bartender, he was a white guy, but he was super sweet. The bartender was sweet, but the customers were a little off. They kept looking at us all upside our head. So y'all know me, I'm getting my content. I'm filming the wine tasting place. I'm not gonna lie, the atmosphere the aesthetics were not it, but I'm still trying to get content out of this situation, you know? So after I get the filming and everything and stuff, because he got there way before me. So after I get the filming and everything, I end up sitting at the bar with him. And now the bartender is getting us caught up with different types of wines and drinks. Like I said, the bartender was very, very sweet. He's talking. He's like, look, he's like, y'all could get this, y'all could get that. I'm like, I want something sweet. Like, I don't want no like bitter wine, no like that. But most of their wine was bitter. So we just drinking. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, I'm feeling a little buzz. Like, I'm feeling good. So I'm vlogging. I'm trying the different wines. I'm holding the wines. I'll set the camera up. Like, y'all see how the camera set up to y'all. I set the camera up to my face only, like legit. You cannot see him. The only thing you see of him right here, if it was in the frame like this, is probably him right here, his shoulder, and that's it. He said that he don't want to be in the video, and I'm one of those people where if you say you don't want to be in my video, I respect it. I don't try to argue it. Y'all, so I'm like, all right, y'all, we're about to try this wine. This is the such and such wine, and I'm trying to drink it. He tell my son, don't put me in that. Who said I was? Who said I was? No, I'm just kidding. But who said I was? No, I'm not kidding. Who said I was? Nigga, you not a princess. You not the star of the show. You not the prize of the show. You not shit. I'm not trying to put you in nothing. What are you talking about? Mind you, I think what pissed me off about that situation was like, you see my camera. And you literally can see my camera. And y'all, this is when I had my Sony, because right now I'm filming on my DJI. Y'all know I have my big camera and I flip. I have one thing about me, I have to see how I look in the frame. I'm not one of those girls that can film with my back camera like this facing and I'm just filming away. No, I'm one of those girls. I have to see how I look in the frame. I have to see the way I'm talking, the way I'm moving, everything. I have to see it. You can literally see that you're not in the frame. What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, please don't put that on my face. I really do not want that on my face. This is and that. And I just started feeling like, it's either two things. It's either you feeling yourself too much or there's a girl that you dating that you try to make sure that she don't catch you. Y'all, I got a little, sorry. I was trying to be funny, but bitch, I got a little mic stand. But yeah, it's definitely giving something fishy that's going on. So I had to look at him. I said, you not in it? He's like, oh, okay. So I'm like, all right, so what's up? Like, this little wine tasting place is cute and all, and it was a cute vibe and stuff. But like, what's next? You said that, you know, you was giving spin that shit. So what's going on? What's next? And I'm kind of hungry. You know, I didn't eat nothing, y'all, because I knew that we were going to eat. So all I got in my system is liquor from the night before and wine from right now. So I'm kind of hungry. What's going on? So he's like, would you like to go watch the movies today? A new Marvel movie just came out. No. He said, would you like to go see the movies today? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I don't mind watching the movies, but I'm like, but it depends what's going on in the movies. Now, I guess the bartender overheard me and his conversation because he butted in and he was like, oh, there's a new Marvel movie out. I don't know if you guys are into action. Y'all, one thing about me, baby, I love me an action movie. I will watch a Marvel movie. I don't give a damn if I don't know none of the characters. I don't give a damn if I'm watching sequel 2 and I never watched sequel 1. I will sit there and watch it as if I know what happened in the first part and be to be continued in the second part and act as if I already watched the first part. I do not care. As long as I see fighting and shit and, you know, sparks flying in the air and one of the villains getting thrown on the floor and then the very last minute he jumps up in the air and he defeats the person that we want to win. Bitch, I love me a Marvel movie. You feel me? So I'm like, hell yeah, I want to watch it. Like, what's up? So we start looking at times and stuff, but I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm like, you know, I'm hungry. Are we going to eat? He's like, for sure. He's like, I haven't even eaten anything. We are definitely about to get out of here within 10 minutes and go eat. He said, I want some Jamaican food. I'm like, all right, bet. We go, and right before we leave, he's like, oh, I live around here. When we are walking out, when he's walking me towards my car, he's like, I live like really close to this area. In my head, I'm like, fuck you telling me that for? Like, I'm not FedEx. Bitch, I'm not DHL. You don't need to tell me where you live. I'm not delivering no packages over there. Like, why are you telling me? And one thing that really used to mess me up in the dating world, and even with my current boyfriend right now, or my current nigga right now, my current boyfriend always used to say, You are too observant. Your discernment is too high end. It is mad annoying. He used to say that shit all the time because one thing about me, I'm always gonna peep where you headed with a conversation, even if that's not what you're trying to show me for real. And I just felt like stuff just started ringing in my head when he told me that he lived around that area. I'm like, okay, and y'all, when I tell you I didn't even feed into that conversation, as soon as he said he lives around there, I'm like, what Jamaican spot we going to? Cause what are we talking about? Where are we going? Show me. Send me the address. So then he was like, oh yeah, you right. He's like, I'm gonna send you the address. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, he is Nigerian and he was Edo. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send you the address. So I'm like, all right, bet, I'll see you. I got in my car. He opened the door and I ended up getting in my car and he sent me the address. He parked like two cars down from me. So he got in his car and he sent me the address, and I really didn't even look at the address. I just followed him because the spot that we went to was not that far from the wine tasting area, because the area that we were in was like the downtown area. So we were near everything damn near. So not the downtown, but like, I don't know how to describe Houston. You're not from Houston. But just know that we were around a lot of things that we ended up going to that day, right? So we end up pulling up to the Jamaican spot and I'm still vlogging. I'm showing my food. Same shit, y'all. I got the camera propped up like that. He's like, please don't put me in the camera. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Ain't nobody putting you in the camera. I'm not putting you in the camera. Shut up. Stop telling me that. So I'm like, babe, I said babe just like that, like not on some like flirtation shit, like babe, I'm not putting you in that camera. And he's like, yeah, I'm a little camera shy, this is and that, da da da. I said, how you work with cameras all day and you camera shy? He's like, but I'm the man behind the lens. And I'm like, true. Other than that, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the dates weren't bad. We had good conversation. We talked. He talked about growing up in Nigeria because he was not born out here. He actually wasn't even born in Nigeria as well. He was born like in a whole different African country. He had a great story. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go into too much depth about his family life because he definitely had a great story alongside with some traumatic experiences. So we're not gonna go full into depth. Just know me and this guy had a pretty decent conversation. We get our Jamaican food. We decide that we are not going to eat it there. We are going to eat it at the movie theater. So then we go to the movie theaters and I'm like, I want popcorn. Oh, he's like, do you want popcorn? I'm like, hell yeah, I want popcorn. We end up getting to the movie theaters, but we end up seeing that they only had regular popcorn and he wanted like, y'all know that sugary caramel popcorn, which I'm not gonna lie, I low-key wanted that too. So I was like, I mean, I still want popcorn though. And he's like, nah, if it's not the sugary one, like I don't really want it. He's like, but we could get a cocktail. I'm like, shit, okay, because when we were at the wine tasting, I think we only tried like 3 wines and it was very small and the wines were all disgusting. Like we barely drank it. And then I got like tipsy off of it. So we really did not have anything in our system. And then he's like, yeah, let's get cocktails. We pull up to the bar. I end up getting a cocktail. He ends up getting a cocktail instead of getting popcorn. And we end up going inside. This one lady tried to come up to us and is like, y'all can't eat in the movie theaters. I hate when people take their jobs too serious. Shut up. So we go to the movies. We're in there. I'm eating my Jamaican food. The food is decent. You know, I'm a little tipsy now. Like I'm really woozy because of the fact that I have now drank a cocktail. The movie, boring. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit up here in front. The movie was kind of boring. This boy, I look to the left and this boy ends up knocking out. Like he's completely gone out like a light. Y'all, I still love me a good Marvel movie, even though it wasn't good. But I'm still going to sit here and watch it. Shit, this boy paid for it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get my money's worth or his money's worth. I'm eating my food. I'm watching the movie. I'm taking videos on my, camera for the vlog. And out of nowhere, he wakes up and he's like, can we go? Mind you, the movie wasn't even halfway, y'all. I would say that, I'm not gonna lie, this Marvel movie was very long. I would say the movie was like 2 hours and 30 minutes. We were only like 30 minutes in. And he's like, can we go? Mind you, he fell asleep within 5 minutes of us being there because he ate his Jamaican food in the car. Like I remember by the time we got to the movies and we were getting out the car, I'm like, where's your food? Because he said we're gonna eat the Jamaican food in the actual movie theater. So I'm like, where's your food? He's like, I ate it in the car. I'm like, you ate your food in the car? He's like, yeah, I was hungry. I'm like, oh, okay, shit. So I'm the only one with the Jamaican food. So therefore when he got to the movie theater, y'all, he knocked out. He didn't even wait for the movie to go dun dun dun. Bitch, he knocked out. So I'm like, he's like, can we go? This is boring. You're right, this is boring, but how do you know? You weren't even watching it. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to go. I want to fix it, and I want to see what's going on. I want to see if it's going to turn around and be good. So you could tell like he's like a little like, so he ends up going back to sleep. 90, I'm gonna finish the movie. So the movie ends up finishing, and after the movie is finished, he wakes up, he's talking to me. Y'all, like I said, good conversations. We're having good convos. I am not mad that he fell asleep. One thing about me, I fall asleep in the movies. I don't care how good the movies are. I fall asleep. I even fell asleep in that movie. But the thing is with me is I will only sleep for like a good 15, 20 minutes. I won't sleep throughout the whole time. So I wasn't mad at him for sleeping or anything like that. I didn't really care. So now we're talking, and he's like, do you want to do anything, or like, are you hungry? Mind you, I did not finish my Jamaican food. I literally ate a little bit of it and I put the rest away because of the fact that the lady that first saw me with the food came up to us and was like, you cannot eat that in the theater. Then the workers were like looking at me, so I could already feel like off, you know what I mean? So I decided to put the food up and just not really play with the food. So I'm low-key still have more room to eat, because that's like my first meal of the day and I barely touched it, you know? So he's like, do you want to go anywhere? I'm like, I want ice cream, low-key. I'm like, I can settle for some ice cream. He's like, all right, bet. Now there's an ice cream area in that area that we were in. So we end up walking to go get the ice cream, and we're just talking. Good conversation. He's like, what's your favorite flavor? Oh, I like this. Da da da. Oh, when I was a kid, da da da. Like, we're laughing, we're giggling, everything. Then he turns around to me and he says, you want to go bowling? I had to be like, pump it up. Pump them brakes. I know Carisha said spin that shit, but bitch, we've been together all day long and I'm tired. I want to go home after that ice cream. I don't want to go bowling. Y'all, my outfit gave cutesy. I didn't even have socks. I had sandals. I was not in the mood to bowl. And honestly speaking, I was tired. We ended up linking with each other at 1. At that time, by the time we did all the other activities, it was like 7. I don't feel like bowling. I'm good. I feel like I've worked a shift with you. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I'm ready to go home. I feel like we've done all the dates that we needed to do. Like, I just want to get ice cream and I'm done. He's like, you sure? He's like, I don't know. Like, I want to go do something else. Like, this was fun. Like, I've had fun with you today. Like, this was fun. I'm like, nah, I'm a little tired. He's like, all right, I respect it. We go, we get our ice cream. After we get our ice cream, we leave the area and we talk to each other for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. We end up sitting, there's like an area where you could sit down and you could talk. So we end up sitting in that area. It's a beautiful atmosphere. If you're from Houston, you know what I'm talking about. And then we end up going to the garage, getting in our cars. And he's like, hey, call me when you get home, and or text me when you get home. It's up to you. And we go our separate ways. And that was that. Oh, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say prior to my man, because my best dates have came from my man. My man is very romantic. I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to sit here and put my man down like that. But prior to my man, that was probably the best date that I have ever been on with a guy. I've never went that many places before, and I've never had that much good conversation with a guy before, even though he was irritating me here and there. I had a pretty decent date, if I do say so myself. This boy took us wine tasting. Then he took us to go get Jamaican food. Then he took us to go to the movies. He let me buy drinks like he was T-Pain. We watched the movies. Then he took me to get ice cream after, and he even wanted to take me to go bowling. Like, that was one of my best dates ever. I remember telling my vlog, and I also remember telling my friends, like, yeah, this was fun. Like, I had fun with old dude. We did ABCD, da da da, yada yada yada. So the next day comes, and, you know, we're just talking as usual, and, you know, we're just having, you know, chopping it up. And he ends up mentioning the fact that why we didn't go bowling. Like, I really wanted us to go bowling. I'm like, baby, I was tired. I said, I've never been on a date with a guy where I've hung out with him all day. And I made the joke to him, like, I felt like I was working an 8-hour shift with you. He was laughing. He thought that was a funny joke. But baby, I really did. Like, at one point in time, I was checked out. And he's like, yeah, like, he's like, I have a whole list of dates that I want us to go on that I write on my notes. I'm like, you just send it to all the girls you date, like, as a joke. And he's like, nah, he's like, you're actually going to be the very first girl that I send it to, because I really do not go out on dates like that anymore. He said, because he had just got out of a relationship, I think a year ago. And ever since then, he's just been to himself here and there. He said that, like, I'm one of the first girls that he's actually started taking on dates again. But he sees things on TikToks, and then he goes to his notes and he adds it for when he gets his dates, for when he gets date ideas. So I'm like, send me the date ideas. He sent me, y'all, it's a long ass list. Like, he has so many different things, like the aquarium, painting with a twist, so many different restaurants to eat at. Like, he has so many different date ideas. He's like, pick one. I'm like, oh, I can pick one. He's like, pick one. So I ended up picking a restaurant date because I wanted something a little bit more chill for our next time, because I felt like the first date we were just running up and down for real. So I ended up picking up a restaurant date, and he's like, all right, when do you want to go? We're getting our schedules together, and we're trying to see, like, does this schedule align? Nope. Does this schedule align? Yes. And then we end up picking a specific date that week. I think it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday for us to hang out. And I think it was a Thursday, yeah, because the next day was a Monday, yeah. So we picked that and we get off the phone. He calls me again. Now, at this time, we started to talk. I ended up having to reschedule the date. I don't remember what was going on, but I think I just wasn't ready to go on that date again. So I pushed it back to the next week. He's cool with that. He don't care. So we're talking, and this is where shit go a little left. I was speaking to him, and he was asking me, what's my relationship with money and with men that I date? And I said, what do you mean by that? And he says, like, do you expect the guy that you're dating to pay for your nails and things like that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, because I just don't like doing that. I'm like, oh, okay. Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me? He's like, I mean, if you my girlfriend, I don't mind paying for it. But, like, if we are dating or we're in the talking stage or anything like that, I really do not feel like I should be responsible for those type of things. Da da da. And for the people who about to get in the comments and start tussling with me, I ain't mad at it, but you just not gonna be my nigga. That's it. I'm not mad at it, but you just not gonna be my nigga. If we're in a dating stage, you need to be showing me what type of guy you are, you know? And I didn't tell him all that, but I just said everybody got a preference. And I said, I'm not asking you to spend that shit when I first meet you, but if you see a potential future with me and I see a potential future with you, I don't see no reason as to why, if I want to go get my nails done or, like, you know, do something different or spontaneous with myself, you can't pay for it. Also, me, I am not a high maintenance woman. The only time that I have my nails done nowadays is when I'm going out of the country or when I'm going on a trip or when there's a special occasion going up. You guys can see I have my nails done right now because I just came from Phoenix. My hair, I do it most of the time. You guys can see I have braids in my hair, but when I don't have braids in my hair, I have a wig slapped on my forehead, and I do that. I'm the one who, you know, do my wigs and stuff like that. I'm a DIY girly. These are lash clusters. I do my own eyebrows. I'm not really that type of girl that you're going to be breaking bread on in the beginning stages of dating. But if I want something and I want to get my nails done and I feel like you have it, then why not? And then he started saying stuff like, I mean, like, you know, that's cool and all. Like, I don't mind doing that, because I'm explaining all this to him. Mind you, I'm not telling him I'm a DIY girly, but basically what I just told him was, I barely do my stuff, so when I ask for it, I will expect the guy I'm talking to say yes. That's what I said. He says, I mean, like, I don't mind in anything like that, but, like, you know, I just feel like, you know, if the girl and me are talking and me and her haven't done anything and she's asking me for money, that just don't sit well with me. Bitch, I get the looking at the phone like, is something going on? What do you mean me and the girl haven't done anything? What do you mean by that? Who are you talking to like that? Who are you threatening like that? What's going on like that? What's going on? So I'm like, what do you mean by if me and the girl haven't done anything? He's like, you know, bitch, I don't. That's why I'm asking you. I don't. So I'm like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. He's like, you know, like if me and the girl ain't getting busy or nothing, like why do I need to be paying for stuff? I'm like, oh, so you see things as transactional, huh? He's like, nah, I don't see things as transactional, but I'm just saying, like, what is in it for me? Thank you. And I said, look, let me give you a word of advice. Because at that time, y'all, like, I'm not being funny. At that time, I was so over men. Like, when I tell y'all I was so over men, I had just, like I said before, got done dealing with my avoidant. I was tired of his behavior. I was over men. So I knew right then and there that me and this guy were not going to work out. And I knew that I would have never slept with him. Like, it's just certain things guys tell me that I just know off rip, I can't sleep with you. I said, let me give you a word of advice. Because now I ain't sleeping with you. So I'm going to just give you a word of advice for the next girl. I said, if you're trying to sleep with a woman, don't make it so obvious. So now the conversation goes dead. Now everybody just sitting on the phone acting like we playing the silent game. Bitch, I don't mind because I don't want to hear your mouth no more. So after a while, he's like, hey, love, I got to go. I got to be up early in the morning. We're going to go on that date next week, right? I'm like, yes, we are. Because I don't have time to argue with you. I don't have time to play with you. Play with your mama, baby, not me. We get off the phone. Crickets. Ain't never heard from that guy again, y'all. Okay, y'all. My camera died, but we are almost done. We're about to finish this whole thing out. Let me tell you guys what happened, because the last thing that I remember saying is that me and him never spoke again. And I'm telling you, till this day, this guy never reached out to me. He never reached out to me, and I didn't give a damn. I knew that when he made that comment about what is in it for him and all this extra hoorah, that me and him was never going to speak again. So I didn't even go check it for him. I didn't even do nothing. I think when the next week came and he did not hit me up for the date, I just simply removed him as a follower on Instagram. And that was that. We never spoke. I never seen him in my story views again. Let me fast forward. A couple of months later, I go to another one of my friends' event, the guys who ended up introducing me to this guy. And I have not seen these guys in a while. I haven't seen them since the last time I saw them when they introduced me to this man. And as soon as I see them, they give me a hug, but they're busy because they are hosting another event. But as the night goes on, they keep laughing and they keep telling me that I'm bad. And I'm confused and I'm looking, I'm like, how am I bad? I mean, I know I'm bad, but like, you know, y'all saying it in a manner that's like low-key giving scary. Like, what you mean I'm bad? Like, what's going on? They literally keep laughing. It's two of them. They keep laughing and they're like, bro, Irene, you're bad. You're bad. Oh my God, you're bad. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I'm starting to get a little annoyed because, you know, when someone keeps telling you like, oh, you did bad, or like, oh, you're out of line, but they're not telling you what's going on, you start to get a little aggravated. So I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what's happening? Why did the boy that introduced me to Yusuf say that Yusuf said that was one of his worst dates ever? No. I'm lying. Let me not lie. He didn't say that was one of his worst dates ever. He said that was one of his most expensive dates ever, and that he cannot date a woman like me because I asked for too much stuff and I ordered so many different things on the menu everywhere we went. Then he had the audacity to say that I wanted to go everywhere in one day. So you want to lie on me, say that I ordered everything on the menu everywhere we went, number one. And then you want to lie and say that I asked to go to all these places, number two. Y'all already know I am a big girl. It's already not good to go and say that you took a big girl on a date and she ordered all the food off the menu. People are automatically going to believe you by default, which is a freaking lie. I did not go on that date and order all the food off the menu, number one. Number two, you are the one who wanted to even take it a step further and go to the movies. And I had to put a stop to it and be like, hey, we can't do all that in one day. We cannot go to the movies. I'm tired. I'm checked out. I want to go home. But you want to flip the script because you didn't get no punani and say that it was me who did that when in actuality it was really you. Is that what I'm hearing here? And when I tell y'all, mind you, I was with my friend Laura. If you guys know Laura, y'all know Laura. I was with Laura and me and Laura just looked at each other because I remember talking to Laura about that date and telling her how good the date was and also telling her all the details that I'm telling you guys. And I remember looking at Laura, and the thing is, I never told Laura about the conversation we had about him talking about transactions, you know, money for sex and all these different type of things. I didn't tell a soul about it. I just never spoke about him again. When that next week came and he didn't take me out on that date, I literally deleted him out of my brain. I didn't even find him that attractive. Like I said, he wasn't ugly, but he wasn't like anything that I was like fiending to be with. So I didn't even really care. When the situation happened, I never brought him up to no one again. The last thing that Laura have heard about this man was positive things. When me and Laura looked at each other, we went off. I'm talking about we went off. Like, it was like, you know, when you give your bestie that look of like, you ready? And she's like, yeah. We turned back to the boys and was like, what the is he talking about? Y'all, we got so angry. And I was like, this shit is gonna piss me off. Because first of all, when we went to that Jamaican restaurant, y'all already know when you go to a Jamaican restaurant, they let you order an entree with 2 sides or 1 side. Y'all, literally, I ordered, what did I order? I think I ordered oxtails. And y'all already know the oxtails come with, I think, 1 plantain. And then I think it's oxtails. I think it was oxtails. It was mac and cheese. That's automatically with 1 plantain. And then you get to order 2 sides. I think I ended up ordering rice. Or you get to order 1 side. I ordered 1 side and then I ordered extra plantain because, baby, what I'm going to do with 1 plantain? What I'm going to do with 2 plantains? Babe, I'm Nigerian. We love eating plantains. We love eating dodo. So, like, yeah, I ordered extra plantain on the side, but that was about it. Did he even finish it? Did he even touch my food? I remember the next day, me and my mom, I think I ordered rice. I think my side was rice. I remember the next day, me and my mom were in the kitchen eating my food together. That's how much I didn't touch my food. Me and my mother sat together and ate that food the next morning in the kitchen together. So for you to make it look like I was just on a date going, where's the pizza? Where's the burgers? Where's the soups? For you to make it look like I was just in that date, just acting a fool, going ham with all the meals in sight, is diabolical. When we went to the wine tasting, I didn't even finish my wine. And that shit was already at the bottom. He finished all his wine on his side. I didn't even finish my wine because I thought it was disgusting. Then even the boy was even asking me, like Yusuf, he was like, you want to order more wine? And I had to tell him, nah, I'm good. Like, this shit don't taste right. Like, let's go to the next spot. Then number 3, all I did was order a cocktail. Like, that's literally all I did. I ordered 1 cocktail. And then you the one. I didn't ask your ass. You're the one who said, is there anywhere else I wanted to go? I don't know whether you was doing that to be courteous, but don't be courteous around me. Because, baby, if I want to go somewhere, I'm very blunt. I'm going to say, yeah, let's go here. Take me here. And I don't see nothing wrong in telling a guy that I've been with. Mind y'all got to understand. I linked up with this fool at 12 o'clock. By then, it's like 8 p.m. Damn near. It's damn near 8 p.m. I've been with you for a full 8 hours. Of course, we're going to be eating and drinking through those 8 hours. If you ask me, do I want to do anything else? I say, yeah, can we get ice cream? We ate ice cream. Yo, big ass went to the car and went to go finish all the Jamaican food in the car before we even made it to the movie theater. But you want to sit up here and tell my friends that I was ordering all the food and doing, like, what are you talking about? Like y'all, I don't think y'all understand it. Even me telling the story right now is making me mad. This is one of my most weirdest story times ever because it just was so unwarranted. Y'all, if me and this boy never saw each other again, and if I would have never heard this information from my friends, we wouldn't be sitting in front of the camera talking right now. I'm so serious. But for him to lie to my friends and tell my friends that I was ordering all this stuff and da-da-da, y'all, I don't think y'all understand how badly that shit pissed me off. I don't think y'all understand. And I was over it. And then to lie and say that I was trying to spend all your money and take you to all these different places and you wanted to go home, when in actuality, it was you who was trying to spend all your money and keep me with you all day long, and also keep me in your area and keep re-emphasizing to me that you live in this area in hopes that you was going to get pussy out of taking me to all these places. It's pissing me off. Like, why can't you just take responsibility for your actions and just say, Your friend is cool, but she's not that girl. She's not the type of girl that was just gonna sleep with you like that easily. And the thing is, it don't have nothing to do with morals. I'm the firm believer by, if the vibes are right, and if you are, if you grown, if you hot, if you feeling hot and bothered, do what you want to do. I'm not that type of woman that be like, oh, don't sleep around on the first date. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I am not going to judge. But if the vibes are just not there, they're not there, and the vibes just wasn't there. And like I said before, I just got done dealing with my little avoidant. Y'all, I was heartbroken. I wasn't even trying to do nothing, or that my brain wasn't even in that capacity. I just thought that I was going on a cute, whimsical, fun date, So I was pissed, and I was just like, thinking to myself, mind you, my friend, she's talking a mile a minute. The boys, here they come. They talking about some, all right, it ain't that deep. Oh, okay. Mind you, when we explain everything to them, now all of a sudden it's not that deep. It's not that deep because I bust y'all's bubbles. I bust y'all's bubbles because y'all thought that the shit was funny. Y'all thought that y'all was coming up to us to make fun of me because y'all came up to me laughing off rip. Y'all legit came up to me laughing off rip. So y'all were having a conversation about me with this boy about how I was ordering all the food and shit like that. And that kind of made me look at my friends differently because I'm like, y'all should have defended me, but instead y'all didn't. Oh, okay. Then when we get mad and I'm defending myself and Laura's defending me, it's okay. It's not that deep. Like, they started getting mad. They were like, y'all doing too much. It's not that deep. Irene just don't like men. Irene don't like men. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's lying on me. I said he sat in a group because he sat in front of a group of them, which is like 5. I said he sat in a group and told you guys that I ordered all the food off the menu, which is a lie. I said I have literal proof. I have a vlog on my second YouTube channel that shows everything that we did for that day and shows the fact that I kept saying in that video, he is the one that initiated all those outings. What are we talking about? I have proof of this boy sending me a whole itinerary full of dates that he want me and him to try. I'm the one who was ordering everything. Then he went and started saying she's too expensive, I can't afford her. No, you found out that that little stupid trick that you did, and that, let me just give you guys a tip before I end up heading out, because that's the ending of the story time. After that, the boys didn't find it funny no more when I got mad. They were just talking about that I hate men and all this hoorah hoorah. I'm like, no, I bust y'all's bubbles. I exposed the fact that y'all's friend is a fraud, and now all of a sudden y'all want to pull the I hate men card. No, y'all know y'all friend is full of shit. And yeah. And let me give y'all a little bit of a tip for the women who are dating. The guys who ask you out on the first date and take you to like multiple different places and they keep you with them all day long. I'm not saying that it's a red flag, but sometimes it can be for ulterior motives. A lot of guys tend to sometimes take you out on so many different dates in one sitting to make you feel like you know them, to make you feel like you're more comfortable with them, to tire you up, to liquor you up. And that makes sense because he took me wine tasting. Then we got cocktails at the bar of the movie theaters. I feel like he was trying to liquefy my body up. But one thing about me, I'm a hard drinker. If you want to get me drunk, baby, you got to get me drunk. I'm not one of them babies who drink one little cocktail and I'm like, slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, crisscross, I'm not one of those. I'm not a cha-cha now, y'all. I'm not a cha-cha hoe. If you want to get me drunk, baby, you got to give me the Don Julio bottle. Give me that. Girl, give me that. Even then, I'm not folded because I'm not just about to be drinking like crazy on the first date. Like, I'm always gonna watch my liquor. Then y'all gotta understand, I was driving all over Houston. Y'all think that I was really sitting up there getting drunk on the first date while I'm in my own car? Like, this boy was trying to get me liquored up and trying to get me to go to his room, and it just didn't work. So he went to go flip the narrative and complain to his friend about how I'm expensive. Then he was telling them that I was saying that there's nothing wrong with me asking for money for nails. And I'm looking at my friends like, why are y'all repeating this stuff? Y'all know me. Like, yeah, y'all are not dating me, but y'all know my standards. Why are y'all acting all surprised and shit with this nigga? Like, it's one thing if this dumbass is acting surprised, but why are y'all? And after that, the conversation just ended. Like, they didn't want to talk to me no more about the situation. And good, don't bring bullshit my way. Fast forward, I ended up seeing him like legit. I think I saw him the ending of last year at an event. I don't think he saw me. I just me mugged the fuck out of him. Like, I don't ever want to see him again. Then I seen that my current boyfriend is following him because, like I said, he's a videographer. So my current boyfriend was following him on Instagram because his thing popped up on my people you may know, and I went to his page. He don't have no pictures on his page. He's a content. He just has his content. And I'm like, you following him? He's like, yeah, I love his content. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a hater. His content is nice, like really nice. So I'm like, oh, I said, I know that boy. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I don't really know him like that, but I've seen him around this and that. And then I end up telling my boyfriend everything, and my boyfriend is laughing so freaking hard. He thought that shit was so freaking funny. Guys, I forgot to mention this in the story time, but while I was telling my boyfriend the story, I had to tell him where I ended up meeting the guy. And I was telling him, like, yeah, I ended up meeting the guy at the Rema's Colors after party. And my boyfriend looked at me. He was like, what the fuck, you were there? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I was there. I was on the inside. And I was just like, wow. And I think that was like a month or two before I actually met. No, that was exactly 1 month before I met my man. That was a month before. And I was just like, it's just crazy how, like, you can be in the same room with somebody and not even know them. Like, I don't know. It was just a coincidence. And I was just asking him, I'm like, would you have came up to me at that event? And he was like, you saw I came up to you at the club. I'm like, true. But it was just funny. Like, it was a good, like, oh my God moment, because I could not believe that he was at the same event as me. And I didn't find that shit funny at all. Like, I'm literally sitting up here looking at him like, did I tell a joke? He thought that shit was so funny. But what my boyfriend said was the same thing that I'm telling y'all. He probably just took me out on many dates thinking that I was going to fold easily. And when it didn't happen, he got mad and he gave up. And my boyfriend also was telling me that one of the reasons why he found this shit funny is because he knew that because of the fact that I am a plus size girl, a lot of the guys that was listening to the story was automatically going to believe that that's what I did. And he was basically just laughing in regards of like, that nigga is weird. Like, he's foul for that. He knew what he was doing when he pulled that narrative. And I said, thank you. Because when me and Laura were talking about it to our guy friends, they was trying to act like they don't understand why I'm mad. Because I kept saying, that's weird. Like, he knows I'm a plus size girl. Here come my guy friends. What does plus size have to do with this? It has everything to do with this. You told your friends that you took a fat girl out on a date and she was ordering all the food on the menu. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, you're thinking too deep into it. But my boyfriend understood right away what was going on. Like, he legit was like, he knew what he was doing. He knew that your friends were going to believe him because you're plus size. And he basically tried to shit on you. Then Yusuf has the audacity to tell my friends, but like, she's a very nice girl. Like, I had a lot of fun with her on the date. Bitch, shut up. Shut up. I'm a bad girl. Shut up. Talking about I'm a nice girl. Nigga, fuck you. But yeah, that's the ending of the story, y'all. That's basically what happened. Like I said, I saw him again last year, towards the ending of last year, either towards the ending of last year or the beginning of this year. Seeing him, I mean, mugged the fuck out of him, but he didn't even remember. No, not that he didn't remember me. He didn't see me. Me and him didn't make eye contact, but if I see him in public, I'm gonna me mug him. And as of recently, I've been seeing guys in public that I used to talk to before or that I've made story times about. They be wanting to be seen, y'all. They be getting all up in my face, pacing back and forth at events, trying to get me to notice them. Baby, I do not notice you. I don't want to notice you. Thank you, boo. But yeah, y'all, that's the ending of the story time. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below. And y'all let me know what y'all would have done, because I was so tempted to confront him. But the reason why I did not confront him is because my friends was like, chill. You're not even supposed to know this information, da-da-da. So I just let it be, because I was this close, bitch, fuck this close, bitch. I was this close to texting that fucking phone and going off on his ass, because who you feeling like? But I didn't, because I didn't feel like starting more drama. Yeah, y'all, that's a story time. Like I said, there's gonna be more story times this month. You guys definitely just have to give this video a thumbs up and also hype the video up so it can get pushed onto the algorithm. Love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.